being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 17 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll try the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Harris back to pass. Bought a little time, lets it go. Zings it complete to the right. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Motion from the wideout. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Nice move there. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season with the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really,
he tosses one high and deep down the left side. He caught it, and he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Bama!
really nice job by the offense there, setting up the play-action pass. They ran the ball the last play, so the defense saw run action this time. A lot of guys bit downhill. The quarterback had a chance to find his target outside. He puts it up in the air. Receiver does his job. They connect for the long score.
It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll ride the running back and leave it with it. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the right. Turning it on! ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field to score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. Right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Lost a throw on first down. Makes the grab. Run out of bounds. They'll spot him at the 24.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Quickly complete. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
I'll tell you, QBs and receivers, they practice these out routes all week long. You've got to anticipate. You've got to be comfortable throwing it before he gets out of his break, and they executed it perfectly right there to pick up that first.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Sets up the screen. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. The quarterback will keep it. And he runs it in for a score. Touchdown, Seminoles.
It's just so nice to have a signal man who can make plays through the air and make plays with his feet like this. Runs in for the touchdown. The defense knows I have to account for him every play. That's my quarterback.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. So that was a 10-play, 75-yard drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes that Alabama offense. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Out of the gun to give to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job in the base defense making a play.
Fires to the right. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoke the fear of God into this defense because this 3-and-out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. They evened things up the last time they had it, and the defense helped them out and a chance to go on top with this drive. Oh, he's got some space. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action, maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
Offense picking up steam. 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. You've got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the back. Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27. Third and long coming from the 27-yard line. You can make a field goal from here. Just don't take a negative play. They'll move the wide receiver. Leaves it with the running back. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. Cincinnati has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Hibbert Stadium. They're up by 7 over Wisconsin. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back if anything big happens you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Harris will throw. Trying to set up the screen. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. He makes the tackle at the 33 after a pickup of 5. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
First play of the period, first down here. Looking to throw on first down. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
Well, this guy's become a a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his first sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
Gets it out fast. He's out past the 35, and they're able to get him down.
And that's why for the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. Harris back to pass. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of the look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Hunt is in the air. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, Dave.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
And that last run leaves him with a third down. Will they keep it on the ground? From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to fire deep. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Seminoles will call on their punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. First one of the day is off. He was called on 3 times in that victory last week. Looks it in it for 40. Just a wall of defenders everywhere he looks, and he's guided out of bounds after a short return. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less.
He's got it inside the 25. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
That chunk play has them in business, set up with a first down in the red zone. Hands it off. Headed to the end zone, and he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Alabama!
This offense is high octane, boy, and you just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Makes the catch. It's Blair. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
That's a really good-looking throw there. And I think about back in my day playing for the Gators, we were known as having this high-octane passing attack with Steve Spurrier, but every time we played the Seminoles and Chris Swanky, who, of course, would go on to win a Heisman Trophy, we knew that we were going to have to be executing at a high level. This guy right here, when he gets going and he gets into his groove, he just does not miss. He is able to light up the scoreboard for the Seminoles.
When the running back gets going and gets a head of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Off play action. There's the pressure. He's sacked. He'll lose a couple on that one as he tried to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And that is priority number one for defenses. Get to the quarterback. Affect him. Get hits on him. They do it right here. Get their first sack of the game. Last game, by the way, last time out, they had 5. Let's see what this defense can continue to do.
On third down, he drops to throw. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
So after that incompletion, fourth down, you've got to hold serve if you're this offense, right? Both offenses up and down the field. The opponent scored twice. You scored a touchdown on your first drive. I think you got to go for it here because right now nobody's playing defense, and this game very easily could come down to which team has the ball last.
He'll field the punt and see what he can get. Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Wide receiver going in motion. Will throw. Fires left. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And back to the air on second down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Seizing that open space and opportunity all the way inside the red zone. They'll mark it at the 19. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Quarterback floating away from pressure.
How about this defense coming out aggressive on first down? They're in the red zone. They're like, no, we're going to take the fight to you. Now setting up a second down and long and putting them in a great position to be successful.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Back to pass. He lets it fly. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
And that's the problem when you get in second and forever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots down the field. They stay deep, they break on the football, and they take advantage of the opportunity.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off the play fake on first down. Moves away as he feels pressure. Trying to make magic with his feet. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Takes a hit as he fires. And he tried to balloon that one in on the sideline, but it's incomplete.
And this QB's got to find his rhythm. Like, he's out of sorts right now. He's out of sync. The ball's not coming out on time. The ball's not in rhythm. The receivers and quarterbacks and tight ends have got to get on the same page, man. This offense has got to get something going positive because they've just been struggling through the air.
They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd down.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
The Noles will line up to punt it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Here's the handoff. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Harris back to pass. Here comes the heat. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dope. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
This is a tight end that not only is going to play with his hand in the ground, but he can line up in the slot as well and attack the defense vertically. He's too fast for linebackers to cover, and he's too big for DBs to cover. He's a real weapon in this offense.
He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Going right to work up top. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Wants to go up top. Under fire. Right on target this time. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Takes the handoff. It's Hawkins. And this one will be stopped for no gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Got his man on the right. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. The quick out. They've got it inside the 40 and the 39 as they pick up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. To the air on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
They just keep firing. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Finds him out of the backfield. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance, and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
The Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to scramble. Breaks into the open. It's a fumble. And they are fortunate to avoid the turnover as the fumble goes out of bounds.
Well, they got a really nice drive going on offense. They're on their opponent's side of the field, but you're not going to come away with any points if you turn it over. And they've got to do a better job of ball security. Very, very lucky that ball went out of bounds.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Caught in the sticks. It's Hawkins. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. 1st and goal from the 9. From the gun, looking for a man. Trying to find the end zone. And he will score. The question now, will it count as we check out the laundry on the field? And the Noles trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Snagged in the middle. It's Blair. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The offense changing the play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Back's looking for the goal line. And he'll run into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He's got great speed. Out of bounds at the 42-yard line, and that was almost much bigger. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. He just couldn't hold his water long enough at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And now on second down for this offense. Harris will throw. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. So they'll send out the field goal unit trying to tie it up late in the half. He will need some oomph in this one, a 51-yard attempt and from the right side. That is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Backed up now. Here's second and long. They'll run it from the gun. There he goes. Sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play.
You're going to win a lot of games if you can generate explosive plays. That's what we've seen in recent weeks from this football team, but this offense, man, they are every defensive coordinator's nightmare because of the players they've got lining up all over.
Red pass, it's complete. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
In defense, you have to have great eyes. You have to have good vision on the quarterback to be able to see it. You could tell he's throwing the football right now. Watch the defense react, come up, get the wide receiver on the ground. He goes nowhere.
So now it's second and long. Hand off from the shotgun. They pull him down after a 4-yard gain down to the 24. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24, and this offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. Out of the gun, the inside give. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. And for the second time, they'll go for the field goal. The first one was good, and they'll try from 42. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting showdown in the MAC today, man. Take a look at how things are playing out. Bowling Green is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is no sure thing right now. They're up by a field goal over Central Michigan. The MACtion never sleeps, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Here comes that Alabama offense. The long-missed field goal squashed any hopes of scoring on the last drive. They'll try to get something done this time. He hauls it in, and nobody's close. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 6-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Harris back to pass. They get to him as he throws. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on 3rd down at the dope. They'll try to get it through the air. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most fun position to play in college football.
Punt is on its way. And the punt team gets down there and touches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play.
Dude, how about that boom? I mean, you talk about power. That dude just booted that thing halfway across the field, completely flipping the field position and getting it down inside the 10. That is a nice job by that punter.
Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. This time it's complete. And he'll have to check his feelings after that lick, but he did get the 1st down.
You know, the defense doesn't have an answer for this slot guy right now. They may want to think about bracketing him, having a defender play to the outside and to the inside. Probably some sort of zone coverage where you're trying to get two bodies, forcing the quarterback to have to go somewhere else with the ball.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Wants to throw again. Punch it out of the air. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down.
And offensively, I love running these drag routes. I mean, these are the routes that, whether it's zone, whether it's man, they're so successful. It's just about seeing what the defense is doing and getting it to him in open space. Nice job. The wide receiver has some space after the catch, able to go make extra yards. Nice pitch and catch.
And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
Well, they try to spit it out to the running back on the perimeter of the field. You saw the speed and recognition by the defense, though, how quickly they were able to get to the back and get him down for a big loss.
And the Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, he'll throw it. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
Man, that's an impressive play. This dude is so dominant. And I'll tell you, we don't have enough time in this broadcast to list off all the great Alabama D linemen, especially in recent years. That play right there, that reminds me of a guy I played against back in the day, Cornelius Griffin, playing on the inside of Alabama's defensive line. You knew every single time you dropped back, you were going to have that guy in your lap. He was always pushing the pocket, and he was always collapsing it with his speed and athleticism and his first step. That last play...
He's got it on the outside. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
To the ground with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Well, the most insightful analysis I can come up with on that one is that didn't work. Back to the drawing board to see if there's something that works a little better soon.
I don't know if I can quote the great Reese Davis. That was very ungood. Not a productive first down play.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little.
He's going for it all. And he makes the catch inside the 10. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains.
You know, there's a lot of communication when it comes to defenses. Like, you have to talk, have to understand if somebody does this, I have to do this. I have to pass off wide receivers. Apparently, the communication was busted.
Firing to the right, complete. Touchdown, no! All that baby in and then stroll into the end zone for the score.
And this QB started to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
On to attempt to try. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give on the inside. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
Fires complete on the crosser. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
That's the one danger defensively when you want to play zone coverage, because you leave a lot of windows and pockets out on the field. And if the offense and quarterback find one, they could hurt you. And you saw it right there on the crossing.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
Harris will throw. Safe completion on the screen. Turning it on. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the third quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front.
And he's got it inside the 25. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
Well, you're down 2 possessions. The defense knows you're going to take shots, so it's not going to be easy. But how about that explosive play and a 50-50 ball? Guy comes down with it, and that is perfect. You've got to score quick and get the ball back quickly here to win this game.
Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Gives it on the option. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. So you get stuffed on first down. You had an idea of what you wanted to do on second, but I'm guessing it's back to the drawing board now.
Yeah, you got to figure out who you are and what you are. What's your next best play? Or what is the defense going to do? If they've been aggressive, okay, well, if they've been aggressive, I'm going to throw that deep ball. If they've been sitting back, I might sneak a draw in here.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dome. Harris back to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it's picked off at the goal line. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Catch in the middle, it's Blair. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
I I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
He'll be stopped short, picks up one, but they're facing 4th and 1.
At the 41, offense facing 4th down.
The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. They boot it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Not the day they had hoped to have, but when you are a ranked team, you are going to get everyone's best shot, and now let's see if they can pull this one out. Working the middle. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
Harris will throw. Fakes to grab. No chance to run, but they still move it forward.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple of possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Oh, he's got some space. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. It's complete on the right side. And he'll get behind those pads and deliver the blow and get it down to the 44.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Caught. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Alabama pushing the tempo.
And the offense showing off this short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create second and short, third and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. A first down run in the red zone. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Picked up some of what they needed on first down. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Harris back to pass. The sweet feet buy a little time. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
And And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it has gone final in the ACC, a matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Pittsburgh proved it is battle-tested and capable of winning any place, any time after this one. And just think of the confidence this Panthers team gained today. Invaluable, if you ask me. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you said productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
He got nowhere, but now it's decision time. It's third down. Listen, if I go get this first down, there's a good chance this ball game's over. The clock's going to run out, so how aggressive do I want to be on this third down?
Well, I want to be aggressive if I'm on defense. You could tell in these last couple of plays, they've been selling out, putting a lot of bodies close to the line of scrimmage, anticipating the offense, trying to run the football, and trying to bleed the clock. Now, I'd get after this quarterback. I'd be anticipating throw here. Just send the blitz and really dictate to them to give yourself an opportunity to win.
They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
Timeout, Alabama.
The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Punt is on its way. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Harris will throw. Bringing the heat. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and the defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
No time to waste here. They've got to get set and pick up chunk yardage. Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Makes the grab down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Finds space on the right. Great job in this 2-minute drill as he gets out of bounds, keeping the clock on their side as they're trying to pull it out.
And they've trusted him to throw the football all game. I expect nothing to change whatsoever. They're going to put it on his back, or his arm, I guess you could say, and let him throw this team to victory. It's a close game, tight game. I'm rolling with my best player.
Defense will take a timeout with 28 seconds left.
Florida State.
The Tide with the 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. Harris back to pass. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And how about the clock management by this team? Taking all of the clock, scoring late now. All you got to do is finish it. The easy part. Bring out the kicker, knock that PAT through the uprights.
And they did need that extra point to take the lead, and now they have it here in the 4th. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it off with a short plunge into the end zone. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. Nice return there, and he'll be dragged down at the 34.
1st and 10.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants a big play here late. It's incomplete. A last gasp effort, and the defense finds a way to survive it.